Okay, Sarge 1911 here today, and we're outside the hideout, and you know what time it is? It's booyah time, but we're gonna light one up in a little bit. But first, let's go through just a few things that is important, okay? It's important that you click subscribe. Man, I really appreciate it, every one of them. If you have, thank you. If you have not, please do. Go over and click the little ringy dingy so you'll get a notification when we put up another video. I think you'll enjoy it. Go over and check out sgt1911.com. Check out our webpage. I think we got some stuff over there you'd like to see. Check out my battle buddies. You may want to be one someday. Okay, let's go back now. Now, you know, everybody's seen some talk over the years about the 1911, how long they've been around, everything, and everybody knows, of course, Sarge 1911. I've just got the special love affair with these handguns. So today I'm going to go back in time a little bit. About 80 years ago, what was going on in World War II. You know, this is several years after the 1911's birth, but when we had a really big, large insurgence of these things hitting, because the military buildup was so necessary to our country. You know, 1943, Guadalcanal was over with. We'd done run Rommel out of North Africa. We're over kicking Mussolini's butt in Italy. What else is going on? The Solomon Islands, the Marines are over there just chasing down everybody in the Solomon Islands. But one thing that's really important in that time, in 1943, the Japanese, right then in 1943, were holed up in the Aleutian Islands on American soil. You know, a lot of people don't think about that when they think about World War II, but it's true. We had Japanese on our soil in the Aleutian Islands, and they were there for nearly a year. That's all bad things. But one thing that did happen in there, we mobilized the United States like it's never been done before. Not no coronavirus, nothing has ever happened like World War II. And that's a grateful thing. We do have a great nation. But what we're going to look at is something else that was going on in the year 1943. And one of the things that was going on in the year 1943 was Remington Rand. That's right. Some of you don't even know what a typewriter is, probably, unless you've seen one in a history book. That's okay. Remington Rand, a typewriter company, was making 1911 pistols. Now, they weren't making 1911 pistols, they were actually making 1911 A1 pistols. And what we have in my hand today is a Remington Rand 1911 A1 pistol manufactured in Syracuse, New York in 1943. Now, real close, we'll go over the handgun real close, and then we're going to start having some fun. I'm going to show you how we know it's a 1911 A1. We got the little divot here for the trigger where it's beveled and cut out. We got the big beaver tail here. We got the back strap down here. Those are really giveaways, okay? But look at this old handgun. It's in pretty nice shape, isn't it? It's not worn. I'm not going to be so sure that this thing was ever actually issued and used in combat. It's just too much out of the box original finish and all. But, you know, I'm going to go ahead and load it up, lock it back. Now, you know, a lot of the new 1911s and that's just really fancy, you know what they do? They shoot the same 230 grain bullet that our boys were shooting back in the day. You know, back in the day, I like to watch old Archie Bunker sometime. I don't hear it. I like to watch Archie Bunker sometime, but old Archie, you know, he talks about when men were men. You know, my wife's dad was a World War II veteran. I met him years ago, and my grandfather was a World War II veteran. You know, these fellows carried ammunition in packs that are much heavier than their own body weight. Men were men. Men were men. And you know, I'm going to light this thing up. A little homage to the old men, the greatest generation. See if I can't fire a 1943 Remington. All right, this baby's hot. I want you to look at that. Does that thing work? Work just like it was designed to in 1911. And then in 1943, man. You know, it's a great nation. I love shooting these old guns. There's nothing like some of the triggers and things that we have on some of the new 1911s. But you know, you have to go back and think, the gun really has not changed much. I'm not telling you guys anything new and you haven't, you know, you don't know and you don't want to hear. I hope you just want to take away the experience that we're shooting a part of history. And you know, history, believe it or not, can be fun. like to have fun, especially if I can do it with something like this. It's always a lot of fun. You know, when you can, guys, you can buy one of these antiques for, you know, $2,000 plus or minus or something. And, you know, yeah, you can get $300, $400, $500 1911s, but think of what you're getting when you get one that you paid maybe $2,000 for, and you actually get a piece of history, not something that's made. And, you know, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I'm not getting anything that's made in the Philippines. I'm getting U.S. made, 1943, 80 years ago, plus or minus, and it's just the American way. Enjoy it. I mean, Philippine handguns are good, but they ain't made in the USA. I wonder if I would have been Adolf if he'd enjoyed that. What do you think? Or Mussolini, or any other bad guys. Hirohito. Oh, I wonder what happened there. Tula. Russian ammunition. Okay. You know, guys, I hope you enjoyed just a minute. Take a little bit of time and share with me something that's a part of our American heritage, like any other thing the Americans do in history. They're an important part of who we were. And, you know, if we'll protect our Second Amendment rights, it'll be an important part of who we are in the future and years to come. Until we get to shoot again, shoot safe, shoot straight. Hooah.